All right. Hello, Move Easy Movers. Welcome to Move Easy Yoga with Kathy. Today is Tuesday, September 5th, 2023, or whatever day you're watching this video. Normally, Via does a Tuesday day, but she's off with her daughters today doing a memory trip. So today's focus is pretty much head to toe. We're going to do the sideline series and a leg stretch and some core if we get a chance. We're going to start in our usual manner. So for props, you'll want something to support your head if you're lying on your side, and you'll want a yoga strap or a robe tie. But like I said, we're going to start in our usual manner with legs up on a chair. Now, what we're doing in this position is we are putting our lower back in traction. If you've been on your feet a lot and your feet hurt, your lower, well, in my case, my feet hurt and then my lower back hurts. And this is a very good position to be in if you've got lower back pain. Put your lower back in traction, stretches it out. So while we're here, want to make sure your knees are bent, your lower legs are horizontal to the floor. Your hips are a few inches away from the chair so they can be in neutral. Should have the natural curve in your lower back that you normally would have. Breathe normally. Your arms are wherever they're most comfortable. They can be up in cactus if you want, or just down by your side or out, doesn't matter. Like I said, breathe normally. Bring yourself, your awareness into your sacred space, your yoga space. We'll be here for 7 minutes. Okay, time's up. Stay where you are. You can curl your tongue under the roof of your mouth if you choose. And we're going to slowly move our head from right to left about 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is head ramping. Nope. The next thing we're going to do is vagus nerve reset. If I check my notes. So vagus nerve reset. We're trying to activate the vagus nerve, runs down both sides of our skull. So, and what this does is it resets the body, like when you're resetting a computer. So your head remains stationary, facing forward. You just move your eyes. Start by moving just your eyes to the right. Excuse me. And wait for a sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. All I have to do is think about it and I yawn. And if you're not used to doing this, it may take a while for you to get that activation. And then eyes straight ahead, and then move just your eyes to the left and wait for a sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. Now I'm going to give you a chance to do it 2 more times on each side without my cueing. So at your own pace, I'll give you a couple minutes. Go ahead and finish up. Always makes my eyes water too. All right, now we're going to do head ramping. Now you can keep whatever you have under your head there if that works for you. You can put something else under there if you choose. I like putting a sponge ball just because it has a lot of give. The idea here is that we want to reverse text neck. If you're like me, you're always looking down at your phone, at your iPad, computer. I've been reading a book and looking down a lot. And we want to reverse that. So what we do is we press our occipital ridge away from the body. Now you can do this sitting up. You can do it lying down. You can do it driving while you're not while you're actually driving, sitting in a stoplight. The occipital ridge is that bony part that runs along your scalp line between your ears. So what we're going to do is we're going to press and hold and then release 4 or 5 times. So press, you're pressing the back of your neck away from your body, hold and release, press, hold and release. And this may also activate the vagus nerve. And in my case, it makes me yawn. Press, hold, and release. 2 more times. Press, hold, and release. And press, hold, and release. Okay. That's a good one to do on a regular basis if you look down a lot like I do. All right, so our breathing exercise today is going to be belly breathing. And all it is just to be aware of how your body moves when you take a breath. So hands on your belly. The way I do it is my thumb is at my lower rib and my fingers are spread. So it's covering, I can't cover it all, but as much as possible. And then just take a deep, slow inhale. And as you inhale, you'll feel your belly expand. And then when you exhale, and you can exhale through your mouth or your nose, you feel it contract. So this is more of just an awareness breathing. So inhale, exhale. And in my case, I'm also feeling my back relax against the mat. Inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. This type of breathing is meant to calm the nervous system, calm your mind, and get you ready for movement. So I find if I can't sleep at night, I'll do a breathing exercise or a vagus nerve reset. And in my case, that usually works. Sometimes not. It depends. Now, the next thing we're going to do is a vacuum. You can keep your legs up on the chair if you choose. I personally like to extend my legs, so I'm going to move my chair out of the way. Now, you can have your legs extended, your knees can be bent, whatever position is most comfortable for you. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a normal inhale and then exhale through our mouth. And as we do that, we're going to press our lower back against the floor, push our belly button down towards the floor. As we exhale, hold our breath out for the count of 10, and then release. What we're trying to do is strengthen our pelvic floor. So normal inhale, and then exhale through your mouth, everything. Exhale out, push your lower back to the mat, to the floor, push your belly button down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Like I say, I like to have my legs extended. It might be easier if they're bent for you, whatever works for you. So we're going to do this 2 more times. Give yourself a minute for your breath to get back. Normal inhale. Exhale through the mouth, everything out. Push your lower back towards the floor. Push your belly button down. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Inhale. Give yourself a minute. Get your breath back. Takes a couple of breaths. This is also a good thing to do on a daily basis. Okay, last one. Normal inhale through the nose. Exhale everything out of your lungs. Press your lower back to the floor. Press your belly button down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Inhale. Good. Good job. Okay. We're going to come up to a sitting position. So take your time. Come up to a comfortable sitting position. Cross-legged's probably best at this point. We're going to do our regular side bend and rotation moves that we do. So we're going to start with the side bend, with lat stretch. So slide your hand along the mat. The other arm comes up and over. Be aware of where you're feeling any stretch. I'm feeling this all up my side. Just reach as far as you can with your lower hand. Now lower your arm until it's parallel to the floor. Reach for that corner. You'll feel a stretch in a different area. Under your arm, down your back. We're stretching the latissimus dorsi. And we're holding that. Arm up, torso up, other side. Slide your hand along the mat. The other arm comes up and over. I got to keep an eye on my timer. There we go. You may find that you'll stretch further on one side than the other. That's normal. Okay, now lower your arm and reach for that corner. Feel that stretch down your back, under your arm. I feel that all the way from my shoulder to my hip. Reach, 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 reach. Within your fingers. All right. Arm up, torso up. Good job. Let's switch our legs. Now we're going to do a rotation. So this is for your upper back. So Put your hand on your opposite knee. Your other arm goes behind you. You're on your fingertips. This is your support arm. Rotate your shoulders so they're facing the direction of both your arms. Keep your head level. We're going to hold this pose for 40 seconds. Now you can move your head from right to left if you choose, or you can move your rib cage if you choose, or you can just enjoy this stretch. Personally, I just like to be aware of where I'm feeling this and how it feels. Okay, come on around. I'm going to do the other side. Hand on knee, other arm behind you. Rotate your shoulders. Keep your back straight. And remember your options. It's a very good stretch for the upper back. Actually, I feel it a little in my mid back. Okay, come on around. Good job. Now we're going to do something we haven't done in a while. That's torso circles. So you can switch your legs again if you choose. We're going to keep our back straight, shoulders back, and we're just going to circle. We're going to go 40 seconds in one direction and then 40 seconds in the other. So make the circle as big or as small as is comfortable for you. This is a hip opener. If you have issues with your hips, you may not be able to go and that's fine. You can make it a smaller circle. But you want to keep your shoulders back, don't hunch. And the bigger the better. But again, if it hurts, back off the movement a little bit. And we're moving slowly. Okay, we're going to go the other direction now. So this is, another good warm-up that I like because it opens up the lower part of the back and the hips. You can do this while you're watching TV. Okay, there we go. Oops, off. I said off. Okay. Now we're going to do the leg stretch. So you'll want your strap. And if you have a wall that you can put your foot against, that would also work. If you don't, that's fine. The only wall I have is this little wall right here. We want to make it what's called a closed end leg stretch. So what we do is we are supine. We've got one foot against the wall, like we're standing on the wall. So it's pretty firm against the wall there. The other leg, we're going to put the strap around, and that leg is extended. Now our arms, we're not working our arms in this one. So shoulders on the mat, elbows on the mat. We're just going to gently pull back. So again, for 40 seconds, gently pull back your leg. If your leg's a little bent, that's okay. What we're doing is we're stretching the back of the leg, the hamstrings, the back of the thigh, and possibly also the calf. And this is a really good hamstring stretch. We're holding this for 40 seconds. When you feel that first little pull, that's when you stop. You don't need to hurt yourself. Okay. Now we're going to take the strap in our right hand and the leg comes over to the right. You want to keep your left hip down. So bring it over as far as you can. It may be this far, it may be this far, it may only be this far. That's fine, just as far as you can. You can always put something under your foot if it's hanging out there in the air. This is leg stretch number 2. I just like these stretches. They're really good for the legs. And my calves and my hamstrings always get so tight. Okay. So that's a 40-second hold. Now you take both straps in your opposite hand. And this time you're going to rotate all the way to the left. Your foot is going to rotate. Your hips are going to move. Your right hip's going to come up. Now it's the side of your foot on the floor. Your toes are pointing to the left. And your whole body is going to rotate to that side. And again, you can put your foot on something to support it if it doesn't go over all the way. You can also, if you choose, make this a twist and have both shoulders on the floor. That's a little harder. And there we go. Now we're going to do the other leg. I find it easier to switch up in the air. You can do it any way you like, but just make sure when you come back down that that other foot is on the wall, like you're standing on the wall. That's what makes it closed end. Now I got to find my timer again. All right, so leg stretch 1, just a straight leg or slightly bent. Pulling it back gently and feeling that stretch, the back of your thigh, your hamstring. So these are 40-second holds. Okay. Now we're going to take the strap in our left hand and bring our leg over to the left as far as we can. Doesn't matter how far. There's no right or wrong here. Just bring it over as far as you can. When you feel that first pull, stop there. Keep your opposite hip on the ground, flat. This just stretches a different part of the leg. I feel it more on the side of my leg and my IT band. Maybe more the inside than the outside. Okay, and that's that. Now we're going to do leg stretch 3, which is we're going to shift everything over. So I start with my foot. And then, okay, I'm going to start this again. There we go. And then this hip will come up. That's okay. The foot shifts, so now the side of your foot's on the floor. Your shoulder comes up. Everything shifts over. Your arm comes over as well. Either that or you can do the twist. This is actually easier, and you're focused on your leg, so we'll be doing twists. So this is another good stretch. This stretches the IT band. Okay, there we go. That was 40 seconds. And that's it. Now we're going to do the sideline series. I need to move a little bit and adjust. And this sideline series is really good for like a pretty much a whole body workout. We do arms and then we do legs. So we're going to start by lying on our side. Make sure that you have support under your head that's enough so you're not like this or you're not like this. In my case, it's a thick brick. It may be a smaller brick for you, maybe a larger one. Sometimes a folded blanket works, it's softer. And we are stacked shoulders, stacked hips, stacked knees, stacked ankles. So we're going to start with our arm, our upper arm, extended. It's parallel to the floor, palm facing down. Now we're just going to move our scapula. It's called scapular protraction, retraction. So you move the scapula forward and then back. Let me demonstrate that. So it's like forward and then back, forward and then back. It's hard to tell with this angle. So forward and then back, forward and then back. Scapula is moving, the arm comes along, forward and then back. One more, forward and then back. Okay, take a breather. The next movement is called sunrise, sunset. So your arm is as it was before, parallel to the ground, palm facing down, and then it just comes straight up. And then back down and straight up. Your arm is as straight as you can keep it. Straight up. Back down. Straight up. And then one last one. Back down. Straight up. Okay, take a break. If you're doing this in your home practice, you can do as many repeats as you like. We're going to do about 5 each. Okay, and the third one in this series, your arm is straight up like it was before. I make a loose fist. We're going to rotate from the shoulder. So I find it's easier for me if I make a loose fist because the movement is coming from the shoulder, not the wrist, not like you're opening a doorknob. You're rotating the whole arm through the shoulder. So I like to feel up here where the rotation is happening. So internal rotation, external rotation, internal, external, internal, external. We're really working that rotator or that shoulder joint. Internal, external. Good job. Take a break. Oh, my knees letting me know it's there. That's weird. Okay. Now, that was the first triplet. The second triplet starts with what's called I'm going to need to scoot down a little, half technical snow angel. That's what Via calls it. So we start with our hand at our hip, palm facing up. Palm facing towards the ceiling, your arm is straight. And then your arm comes up above your head, and then palm faces forward. And it goes back. Palm faces up and over. Palm faces forward and back. Up and over. So very similar to that rotation that we just did, only we're putting our shoulder into it as well. back. We'll do one more. Palms up and forward. There we go. Good job. Take a quick break. Next, we're going to do arm circles. These are actually my favorite. If you're having issues with your shoulder, it's a very good exercise. But if it hurts, be very careful. These arm circles, we're going to start by going to the back. Can be as big as you choose. You do want to make them as wide as possible, but it depends on you. We're moving slowly, and we're actually doing a 360-degree circle with the shoulder. So these are just really, really good for that shoulder joint. Excuse me. Why am I losing my voice? I don't know. Now the rest of your body stationary. We're just moving the arm. So let's go ahead and switch direction and go forward. This is one of the best things you can do for your shoulder. This is actually how it was meant to move. It's the only joint in our body that can do a 360, unless you're double jointed somewhere else. One more. Okay, there we go. Good job. Take a break. Now, this next movement, I don't know where she came up with this. She calls it flying pizza. Your elbow is at your waist. Your forearm is facing the floor, palm down. And then when we move, we come back up and face the palm towards our head. This is rotator cuff work. So palm down and then up and down and then up. You may not be able to come up as far. Again, if you feel pain, stop and reduce your movement. This is really good for the rotator cuff, which is amazingly something we use every day and don't realize it. And one more. There we go. Okay, now it's time for the leg work. So you can extend both legs if you want. If you want, you can also bend your lower leg. That gives you more support. So we're going to do leg lifts. And again, we're not going to move any part of our body from our leg up. So we're not doing the Jane Fonda where we pull it all the way up. That would engage our hips and our back. We're just doing the leg, so it's not coming up that far. Just up and down. And droop your foot, by the way. So up and down. Very good for the hip flexor. One more. Up and down. Okay, good job. Now the next exercise is a forward and back. So your leg comes forward and you flex your foot, point your toes towards your head, and then your leg goes back and you point your foot. And again, you don't want to extend to the point where you're engaging your hips, just your leg. So forward to flex, you may not go very far, and that's okay. Back point. If you want to do a little extra when your foot is back, you can clench your glutes. That's just if you want to. So forward flex, back point. And I'm not going as far as I could because I don't want to engage my hips. Forward flex, back point. Forward flex, back. One more. Forward flex. Back. Good job. I can feel that right there. Okay, the next thing we're doing is clams. Clams are, you keep your ankles together, you just move your knee up and then down. And again, we're not engaging the hip, so you may only come up a little bit, but that's okay. Just up and then down. Up and down. Adductors and abductors, the sides of your thigh. And there we go. Now, we're just going to do a few of these. I have short arms. I'm going to pull my knees a little closer to my hands. We're going to do this with resistance. So the hand is on the knee, the side of the knee. So when the knee comes up, the hand's going to push down. So I feel it all the way up the back of my thigh. And then when the knee comes down, the knee is pushing up, the hand is pushing it down. That's what we mean by resistance. So up and down. Don't need to go very far with this one. Up and down. We're only doing 3. Up and down. There we go. Now we're going to flip to the other side. You can just roll over if you want, but I want you to see what I'm doing. So, okay. Here we go. Get all situated. We're going to start with our arm, our scapula movement. So arm is parallel to the floor. Protraction forward, retraction back. Protraction forward, retraction back. Forward, back. Running out of time, so we're not going to do as many reps on this side. Take a break. And your arm out again. Sunrise, sunset. Arm up and down. And up and down. And up and down. Okay, good job. Now, the shoulder rotation. You don't have to feel your shoulder. I just like to feel it to make sure I'm doing it correctly. Soft fist, external, internal, external, internal, internal. Okay, there we go. That's the first triplet. The second triplet, we start with the half technical snow angel. So our arm is extended, the palm is facing the ceiling. Up we go. Palm faces forward and then back. Palm faces ceiling and up. Palm faces forward and back. Just one more time. Ceiling, up, forward, back. Okay. Now we're going to do arm circles. And round we go. Okay, now switch direction. And here we go now. I try to do these every day too, just to keep my shoulders in shape. Okay. Now we're going to do the flying pizza, elbow at your waist, forearm parallel, palm down, up we go, down, up, down, up. Okay, there we go. Now let's extend our legs, or like I said, you can bend the lower one. We're going to go droop our foot, go up, down, up, down, up. I'm feeling it right here. Down. One more, up, down. Okay. Now we're going to do the forward and back. So forward flex, back point, forward flex, back point, forward flex, back point. Good job. Now we're going to do our clams. Just checking my time here. Okay. So knees are bent, everything is stacked. Up we go. Up we go. Up we go. Now let's do some resistance. And if you're like me, I've got to pull my knees up because my arms are too short. So now we're going to press down with the hand as the knee comes up. And then press up with the knee as the hand pushes it back down. Up. Up. One more. Okay, there we go. That's the sideline series. That's something that you can do on your own every day. So before we go to Yoga Nidra, we've got to do at least one core. So we're going to make it a quick one. And that would be the plank. So with the plank, you have many, 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 many options. You can do a standard plank, of course. That is not my favorite. You can do standard plank on your knees, as long as your back is straight. I prefer forearm. And you can do forearm on your knees. Or you can do a plank against a wall, against a couch, against a chair. There are many, many ways to do planks, but they're really good for your core. So what we're going to do is a 20-second plank. Then we're going to rest for 20. Then we're going to do it again for 20. So here we go, 20 seconds. Now you'll notice my arms are straight ahead, like what they call this, what, crocodile. And I find that being on my forearms is much easier, probably because my arms aren't that strong. Okay, come on down. 20-second rest. So rest your head on your hands. This is my favorite part. Just take a break. Okay. Now come back up for another 20 seconds. And 20 seconds really isn't that long. You know, if you think about something else, it goes by really fast. You just think about how well you've done today. We did a full body workout and it wasn't that hard. And down we go. See, that went by really fast. Okay. So going to go ahead and get into position for Yoga Nidra. Lie somewhere comfortable. Make sure that you are warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. I'm going to lead you through a 61-point guided meditation. Works on your nervous system, calms your body and your mind. You might want to cover your eyes or get a blanket. Just make sure you're comfortable. I'm going to call your attention to different areas. I want you to be aware of these areas without moving any part of your body. We're going to start with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath, kind of like the belly breathing exercise we did. Now bring your attention to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, spiritual heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your legs out. Stretch your arms out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way, and then the other. Now take your right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for all you do. And straighten that leg out. And take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for holding me up. Straighten that leg out. Now both knees come up and let's roll slowly back and forth. Feel that massage on your back. When you're ready, go ahead and roll towards the camera. We're going to take a minute here to just relax. This is our gratitude minute, where we think about what we're grateful for. We're grateful, and I'm grateful that you joined me today. I'm grateful that I'm able to move like this. I'm grateful you are too. So just take a minute and pat yourself on the back for showing up today for yourself. And then when you're ready, come on up to sitting. You might want to unmute yourself. I'm going to remove my spotlight so I can see all of you. There you are. Hands at your heart. I want to thank you again for joining me today. It always feels good to start the day off this way. So as Via says, remember that we are all one light, and have a wonderful day. We'll end the class by saying namaste.
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 Thank you. Thank you, Kathy.
All right.
My ankle did better today.
Oh, it did. Good. Good, good.
Yeah. Yeah.